Good afternoon, everybody. This is John Ross, the John Ross Show for September 5, 2025. Today we're going to talk about is migra coming to Aurora. Chicago gets ready. 64 degrees out. It's about a degree lower than it was on Wednesday. So it's still cool out there. I think we're going to come back here soon with a little more in the 80s, but we're below average, I believe, on the temperature. So today we're going to have a show just talking about what's coming up this weekend. Uh, why are the immigration agents coming right now? I want to believe what I'll put on the screen here. We had it up on Wednesday. Excuse me there. We're going to come up with this here. What Governor Pritzker believes the raids are coming to just because it's Mexican Independence Day celebrations are in the Chicago area right now. So I believe that's true. We found out that there might be over 200 ICE agents coming from California. I guess they're just going to take them out from California. There might be up to I don't know if it's going to be that high, but maybe 3,000 troops up at Great Lakes. And so there's going to be a lot of activity here, it looks like. Now, I guess we got to use the word looks like. Uh, but we'll see in the next day, 48 hours, I would say, what's going to happen. Uh, our local leaders were up in North Chicago today. Our U.S. Senator Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth were up there, along with the local congressman, I think it's Brad Schneider is the name, I believe, and the mayor of North Chicago. They tried to get in the ICE office and talk to him, but ICE wouldn't let him in and blocked him out and basically left, I guess. They have an office there at Great Lakes. They did go up and see the facility there. They did get in that much, but they didn't get to see ICE. So I guess this is a Sun Times from the Chicago Sun Times online. So I guess our government leaders believe it's coming. So I mentioned a name before, Barbara Hernandez, state representative for the 50th district, and includes Aurora. Had some online stuff. You can see that online, what she has. As of the moment, I don't think we've had any activity in Aurora on ice, but people are getting ready. And she gave some hints and other things to be prepared. And she had some good hints there. And we got to tell your friends that sure to carry their green card and have documentation. Of course, make copies and have them back at your house or home or apartment. And be sure to have your lawyer's name if you have one. You hope you do, or some good representation. She suggested writing it on your arm, but whatever, however, do that. And they might take your phone too. That's another story why you might do it that way. So, in that migra I saw that today as a Spanish slang for immigrant workers, agents. So that's why I put that up there. And Chicago's getting ready. I know they are. There's a rally tomorrow in Chicago. I have friends through the church connections are trying to get churches together and leaders to how to respond. Basically, just be an advocate. You can't really do much besides from just record what's happening from a distance if that's what you wish. But you can't really do much to interfere with. There's no interference here with this ICE operation. So we just have to keep the tone up and make sure that they act in a proper way and just do everything in a proper, orderly fashion. And like I said, Barbara Hernandez, look online on Facebook. She has some nice materials there, and she's done a good job of representing in Springfield. And she even tried to introduce about a no masks thing in Springfield, but some say that might be pretty hard to tell ICE that they can't wear masks in Illinois, but I still think that's a good policy overall, and Congress should do that. And but anyway, Chicago's getting ready. Some people are out on the streets at Broadview demonstrating. Some are going to be demonstrating up at North Chicago by Great Lakes. So there's demonstrations coming up, and then there's one in Chicago. I didn't put it up right now. I just got it noticed a little while ago. There's a demonstration coming up in Chicago too tomorrow. So there's several things getting ready for this. Some Independence Day celebrations have been canceled. Some have not. Uh, one in Chicago, Little Village, is moving ahead. The ones in Aurora, I believe, are moving ahead. There's a celebration tomorrow. Fiestas Patrias is at Wilder Park. I believe that's coming on. And then there's a parade on Sunday. So those two things, I believe, are on schedule in Aurora. But I think people have to be on the alert here about ICE. So we'll just see what happens. We hope our Christian community would be supportive in a just way. We have to have justice here. And just grabbing people and shipping them off is not justice. And we've seen that happen too many times here. And this is going to get a lot more of it too. I think Hernandez thinks it's going to be about 2 months or more of this. It might be up to 2 months of this in Chicago. So we'll see what happens here. If you got any questions or anything, concerns, I think one way to handle it is, like I said, you can contact Barbara there. She's got some interesting things. There's a lot of things happening. Oh, here's a group that she recommended, and I'm going to put it on the screen. The Illinois Coalition for Refugee Rights. You can get some hints there and how to handle this. So that's there. And the other thing is www.icirr.org. So that's the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights. The other thing is we can call our federal people and just tell them we're with them. Hang in there. We're with you. We can call our representatives. Bill Foster for the 11th and 14th is Lauren Underwood. And then we got our senators, Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth. So those are some ways to handle that. You say, why are we thinking about our refugees so much? Well, Jesus said this in Matthew 25, I was a stranger and you welcomed me. That's interesting. It's very interesting. So, anyway, we just want to. So, I had a sermon the other day in my church, be salt and light in our community. And you say, why are we doing justice for our immigrants? Here's why. Deuteronomy says true justice must be given to the foreigner living amongst you, foreigners living. So we gotta, I don't think any of us want, I'm not for drug guys or anything like that to be deported or sent away. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about justice for others, and we want it we want to give them that. And I'm personally for a more of a immigration reform, and the border thing is all right with me. Just keep the border closed. That's fine. But we got to get for those who want to be aliens who are coming in from oppression. Interesting. We're sending people. We're being tough on Venezuelans, and next minute we say their government's oppressive. This is really strange. We're not welcoming anybody from Venezuela. Very interesting. Very interesting. So those are the things happening. We're going to keep watching what happens this weekend in the next coming days. And Lord willing, we'll be back with you on Monday. And of course, we got to think about other things happening all around us. And sometimes I forget this. I shouldn't remember. Those are suffering in the Gaza war. Hope that ends and that hurt there to the Gazans stops soon, really soon. And then Ukraine fighting for keeping its independence in Russia. Those are some things out there. There's other things out there we know, and we each are fighting them. Snap cuts is another thing out there. Snap. We got to talk more about that too in the next days. So anyway, there's so many things out there, but we're going to keep our head up and keep at it here. So we'll see you then, Lord willing, on Monday. And for right now, I'm just going to say bye-bye, everybody, and have a great weekend. God bless. Bye-bye.